Today, we're going to dig into the hidden cost of saying yes. And it's a cost that, once you see it, reveals the unseen physics of how time, power, and focus really, truly operate.
But let's get one thing straight right from the start. This is not another list of productivity hacks or tips for managing your to-do list. We're going way deeper than that.
What we're talking about here is time physics. You know, the underlying laws of time. Those invisible forces that decide who's in control of their day and who gets controlled by it. We're not just looking at schedules, we are hunting for signals.
And that hunt brings us to a really weird central question. It's a paradox you've probably seen in every single workplace. Why is it that the most helpful people, the ones who always say yes, so often seem to have the least control over their own futures?
Okay, so the very first signal to understand is that time is a zero-sum game. Every single time you commit to something, you're not just adding a task to your plate, you're secretly taking something else off.
There's a name for this in economics, of course. Opportunity cost. And honestly, it's the foundational law of time physics. It's the value of that road you didn't take, the project you never got around to starting, or the big strategic thought you just never had the quiet moment to think.
And here's the trap, right? The yes is almost always for something you can see. A meeting, a small favor, a quick question. But the no that it creates, that's completely invisible. It's a silent no to the deep work, the big project, the kind of long-term thinking that actually builds real value in your career.
So this completely reframes how we should think about choice. You're not just choosing to do a task, you are choosing to give something else up. The whole game is about making that sacrifice a conscious, strategic decision, not just an accident of being helpful.
Now, this idea leads directly to our next signal, a pattern you can spot everywhere once you know to look for it. Your availability is constantly sending a message about your value.
You see, elite performers like Warren Buffett get this on a cellular level. They don't think of saying no as being defensive. For them, it's their #1 offensive strategy. They know their most powerful asset isn't just their talent, it's the focused, uninterrupted time they get to actually use that talent.
And the dynamic here is crystal clear. When you're always available, the perceived value of your time just plummets. You become a commodity, a utility. But when you create strategic scarcity around your time, its value just skyrockets. You stop being a resource and start becoming a strategic asset.
So, where does this whole battle actually take place? Well, it happens every single day in what we can call the calendar game. This is where all that physics becomes your reality.
Just think for a second about the real cost of a quick 30-minute meeting. Come on, you know it's never just 30 minutes. You've got the meeting itself, sure, but then there's the 15 minutes of prep or context switching just to get ready for it. And, this is the killer, the 15+ minutes it takes to get back into that deep focus after it's over. That one tiny yes just secretly stole an hour of your most valuable time.
So I want you to look at your calendar. Right now. It's not just a schedule, is it? It's a ledger of power. It's a perfect visual record of who is actually in control of your time and your focus. Is it you? Or is it just a long list of requests from everybody else?
And make no mistake, there is a very real cost to losing this game. Misunderstanding these signals doesn't just make you feel busy, it actually changes who you become at work.
This is what you're paying for, short-term approval. First, you become the overwhelmed, always running but never really getting anywhere important. Then you become the invisible, doing lots of helpful little things but none of the high-impact work that gets you noticed. And finally, you become the replaceable, because, well, anyone can be helpful.
This is exactly what it looks like in practice. Your calendar owns you. You start confusing frantic activity with actual impact. You're constantly trading the future leverage of a big project for the little hit of approval you get right now. And in that trade, you give away your single greatest power, the power to decide what actually matters.
Now, I know this all sounds a little bleak, but understanding the problem is what reveals the solution. The edge, that thing that separates people who control their time from those who don't, is found in a place most of us try to avoid. It's forged in the simple act of refusal.
So here is the absolute key takeaway. You don't get more control by adding more apps, more systems, or more hours to your day. That's a game you'll always lose. Real control is a defensive act. It is protected, and it is expanded through discipline and strategic refusal.
See, most people are stuck in a growth by addition mindset. They're always asking, what more can I possibly do? But the people who win the time game
operate with a power by subtraction mindset. They ask a totally different question. What must I refuse to do in order to protect the things that are truly important?
And that's the ultimate signal. When you really look at any high-impact founder or creator or operator, you'll find their success isn't really built on the list of things they did. It's built on the thousands of things they deliberately and consciously chose not to do.
So let's turn all this observation into action. I'm going to leave you with 3 questions so you can run your own quick audit of these hidden forces in your life.
First, I want you to look back at your day. For every single yes you gave someone, what was the invisible no? What deep work? What strategic thinking? Or even what rest did you unconsciously give up?
Second, who is really in charge? Take a hard look at your calendar, your emails, your messages. Who or what is consuming your most precious resource without your explicit strategic permission?
And finally, the most important question of all, based on what you now know about the physics of time, what is the one thing, starting tomorrow, that you absolutely know you must refuse? Because your answer to that question, that's where your control begins.